Hey everyone, welcome back to News to Astonish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more, operating at 90% capacity. If you guys all recall, I do have COVID, and just to prove how dense I can really be, I actually went through recording all of this without activating the phantom power from my microphone, so this is actually my second take doing this. But anyways, besides all of that, if you guys haven't heard, a Daredevil revival series is in the works. Thanks to a lot of this breaking out on social media, including Variety, which is a reliable source that talks about information like this. And this is really exciting. So we'll get into the details in just a sec. But before we get started, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so you all don't miss anything. Post videos on a daily, live stream on Sundays from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Join my Discord. The invitation link to that is in the description box below, along with the links to my Twitter and Instagram. Anyways, good old Hornhead is officially on his way back to the Marvel Cinematic Universe several months after Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio reprised their Daredevil roles in two different MCU projects. Marvel Studios, per Variety, has put a new show-running team in place for a Daredevil revival series. To write the new series, Marvel has enlisted the team of Matt Corman and Chris Ord, who previously created USA's Covert Affairs. Corman and Ord will follow in the footsteps of Drew Goddard, Stephen S. DeKnight, Doug Petrie, and Marco Ramirez and Eric Olson, all of whom served as showrunners for Daredevil when it was on Netflix. Before the streaming service canceled the show, Olson revealed that he pitched them his own ideas for a fourth season. Regardless, it sounds like Marvel is moving in a different direction. It's also unclear if the revival will follow up on Season 3's cliffhanger involving Wilson Bethel's Bullseye. The original Daredevil series aired 3 seasons on Netflix from 2015 to 2018. Cox headlined the show as Matt Murdock, the blind lawyer from Hell's Kitchen, who fought criminals by night as Marvel's Man Without Fear. Its cancellation famously stunned viewers, including myself and its own writing staff, due to its consistently positive reviews. However, the decision to cancel the show was likely business related. Later, reports claimed that when Marvel brokered its deal with Netflix, those characters wouldn't be able to appear in new productions for 2 years in the event of a cancellation. But thankfully, that hurdle was cleared 2 years ago. After 3 years away from the MCU, Cox finally returned to the franchise last December when he made his cameo appearance as Murdock in Spider-Man No Way Home. In the same week, D'Onofrio showed up in Disney Plus's Hawkeye finale. Rumors about a proper Daredevil revival began circulating in March when a Production Weekly listing seemed to give away Marvel's plans. There's still no word on which cast members besides Cox might be returning, but presumably we can expect Helden Henson and Deborah Ann Wool to come back as Foggy Nelson and Karen Page, respectively. Are you happy to hear that Daredevil is getting a revival series? You let me know down in the comment section below. I'm actually pretty excited that we're getting a revival series of Daredevil. I've been wanting to get a Daredevil revival series for the longest time now. As you guys are familiar, if you've seen any of my previous Daredevil videos, I've talked about how a Daredevil revival series could possibly work. I think it needs to match the tone that Netflix gave to the Daredevil character back when it was on Netflix. It had the mature rating along with the other series like Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage, and The Defenders and The Punisher. Being that Marvel Studios has been experimenting with mature themed, adult themed elements in their previous work, including Eternals, where they had the brief sex scene, and of course Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness had some horror, gore, mature elements in it. I think it's safe to say that Marvel Studios is going to be implementing a little bit more mature themes into their shows and of course their movies, because let's face it, I mean, we're adults. We've been watching the Marvel Cinematic Universe unfold for the past decade plus now, and most of us are adults by now, and it only makes sense for them to keep the mature element on a series such as Daredevil, because if you've read any of the Daredevil comics, there's a lot of adult themes in those comics, and I think it's best suited for that. So hopefully they're able to maintain that mature element into the show. At best, or at worst case scenario in this case, they'll do a soft reboot, and they'll probably make some minor tweaks or adjustments just to keep it safe, I guess you can say. But I think a lot of people will not respond positively to something like that. So honestly, if they're going to bring Daredevil back, at least make him fit in the MCU, at least bringing back a lot of the mature elements into the Daredevil series. So that way, fans won't be able to tell the difference between this Daredevil and, let's say, the Netflix Daredevil. But that's just my best recommendation. But anyways, you let me know your thoughts, and your theories as well. What kind of a Daredevil would you like to see? Would you like to see the same exact one from the Netflix series, or would you mind a soft reboot on the character since Marvel Studios is now in control of the character? You comment down below, let me know. And a brief reminder, if you haven't noticed already, you can now tip your favorite content creator by simply clicking on the little heart symbol with the dollar sign in the center and tip whatever amount you see here on the screen. So tip pretty much whatever you see fit. Definitely supports the channel. If you do not decide to tip, I understand, it's completely optional anyways. Your viewership and subscription also supports the channel greatly. Again, guys, I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching. And with all that being said, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so you all don't miss anything. And as always, I will see you all in the next comic panel.